It's 5 a.m. and I've barely slept. Arsene and I finally got a flat in Billericay, and I'm quite enjoying it, but he's finding it difficult to acclimatise. He's been playing Tom Jones music all night for the last 4 evenings. I want to kill him. This is not what I need before the Ebbsfleet game today. It's a massive game. It's huge. On a side note, I really hope this self-isolation is over soon, because this Barnet is ridiculous. I feel better now. I'm showered, I'm dressed, and the hat is back on, more importantly. That Barnet needs to go. Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of TYC with Billericay. It is only our second episode in charge of the club, but my word, have things gone well. I don't want to say that I've changed the team around, but I've changed the team around. Look at this! Since the last time we met, which was a 2-0 win against Havant and Waterlooville, there have been numerous more wins, that including Weymouth in the FA Trophy, Cheltenham, impressively, we beat them 3-2, and Cheltenham themselves were actually second in the league at that point. But then we did follow up with a 6-1 thumping to Notts County, so there is a bit of a difference in this league. But we bounced back nicely, beat Stockport 3-0, drew 0-0 away at Hereford, lost to York in the FA Trophy second round, which is a bit disappointing. But then followed that up with 2 back-to-back wins against Fylde at home and Solihull Moors 2-1 away. So we're in very, very good form, and you can tell, home in the league, 5 wins out of 5, so we've been mightily impressive. And today we have 2 home games again, against Ebbsfleet, who are 24th, and Aldershot, who are just ahead of us in the league, because they're 11th and we are 14th. We have jumped from 21st to 14th. I have to say, I'm incredibly proud of the boys and the way that we've turned this around. They've been great to work with, and I have to say that we started off, when we came here, 3 points off of safety in the relegation places, and now there's been a 12-point swing because we are 9 points clear of the drop zone, which is mightily impressive considering some of the teams that we played and just the way the team was before I got here. And there was one player who was in no small part down to that, and of course you didn't think that I would not bring him. Alan Partin, not Jeff Lloyd. Jeff Lloyd doesn't want to move, apparently, to Billericay, which I find very, very irritating. But Alan Partin was a player that I could not leave behind. I managed to scrounge up enough money to get him on a £220 a week contract. He has been brilliant for us. He was dominant in that game against Cheltenham, where he got 2 goals, and then in the follow-up game he got 1 goal against Notts County as well, to be fair. So he turns up in the big games, but annoyingly he's been injured for the last 3 weeks and will continue to be out for another 3 weeks with a twisted ankle. He's the only real creative attacking outlet that we had, so I was a bit worried going into the remaining fixtures, but somehow we've still managed to score many goals. I'm very pleased that we got him in. He might be a player that follows me around for quite a while. Anyway, let's move on to the game today then. Ebbsfleet, 24th, just coming off the back of a 6-0 thumping to Kettering in their last game. So really, we should be looking at getting up another 3 points here. And so far, this is the team that's kind of been doing the damage. Besant is in goal, and he's been pretty decent, to be fair to him, but it's the wing-backs that really impressed me. I've got Ramsey now out on the left instead of Morn, because I don't really want to rely too much on the loan signings this year if I can help it, especially not the ones at the back. Dymek and McDowell, annoyingly, are both on loan, have now kind of forged my defensive partnership in the middle. They've been very good, though, for me. Grant is on the right. He's probably been the standout player for me since I got here. He's been absolutely brilliant on that right-hand side. Price and Doria Henry are in the middle. Doria the Explorer playing quite well as well. Then we've got Zander, who's the man in form at the moment, but absolutely brilliant for me. Millen Brown is taking over in the advanced playmaker role in Alan Partin's absence. And Hale is out on the right with Carlton up front. He's played quite well, but not got enough goals for my liking, although he did score in the last game. I've changed it up from the sort of style of play that we had at Pontypridd. The actual formation is still the same, and a lot of the roles are still the same, but the actual instructions are a bit different, and we are playing very much a Gegan or a Gegan press system, whichever you want to prefer to call it. Now, I'm going to passionately say this is a good opportunity to show the pundits why they're right to back you up, because it gets a really good response from the boys. Every time I said I expect to win, we've kind of fluffed our lines a little bit, and maybe the team, we don't have a lot of leaders. That is one thing I will say, and something obviously I'm going to try and address in the summer, as well as the actual financial problems that we're in. But I need to get some leaders in and some more determined players, because I think that the expectation of winning doesn't come naturally to them. They're not used to it, and therefore they struggle whenever I tell them that I expect to win in games like this, which is why I don't use that as a team tactic or a talk. But Dale whips the ball in. No idea why he's taking the corner, but it's in, and Dale Carlton's got his 4th goal of the season. You can tell he's not very prolific, but at the same time, under me, he's not been too bad. It's 3 goals in 9 games for him, so 1 and 3, I can deal with that. We get a lot of goals from midfield, so it's okay. Keeper makes a right hash of that. Doria Henry is there to hit it, and of course Carlton, it bounces off him and goes in. We're already 1-0 up after only 10 minutes, which is amazing. I'm going to learn more about the town of Billericay as we go through. What I can tell is that it's very much a seaside town, and it's very hefty on sailing, which it's a big part of the community. So maybe that's how I can bring Arsene round. I'll take him out fishing or something.
No.
You will learn to like it.
I want just to do what I like.
Stop being such an arse.
No.
Clues in the name. Apart from the highlight, there is nothing to report. It's been a bit of a dull as dishwater game, but at the same time, if we're 1-0 and we're going to take the win, I just don't care. That's all that matters to me, is getting the 3 points and getting even further away from the drop zone. And at the moment, we are going 11 points clear of it and nearly into the top half. I did say that I wanted to get a mid-table finish to the ball, and I wasn't joking when I said it. I didn't think we would actually be able to do it, but that's between me and you. Don't let the players know that. But at the moment, we're more than on course for it. Price. This is some decent football from us here, and that's nice into Carlton. Carlton, go on, go in. Oh, hello, Carlton's going to go for a shot here. Oof! I think he's hit the bar, is he? Did he get the beans on toast? They had some whip on it, I can tell you. There must be some really bad wind down there, because that sure as hell picked up and swerved a lot. Look at the sways on that. Millen Brown, back to Grant. Grant whips it in. Back post Zander was nearly there. Price steps onto it. I thought he was going to hit it. He has now. Tom Price hits it just wide. We're all over Ebbsfleet here, and you kind of get the impression that it's not going to be long until we get a third. I'm going to make some changes to keep things fresh, and I'm going to take off Harlem Hill and bring on Omilabu, and I'm going to take off Tom Price so he doesn't get himself sent off, and I'm going to bring on Milligan instead. The other thing I have to say is that when we got here is that we could not score for Toffee, but I've definitely made us a lot more potent going forward for the most part. We tend to score in at least most games, so hopefully we can get a second here. That's not a good ball, but Carlton's done brilliantly there. Zander on the ball now, moving forward with it. Zander, don't shoot. Zander, oh, nearly in. We have a lot of long shots. No one's shy to take a bit of a pop at goal, which is fine by me, because eventually one of them will go in. A few more highlights in the second half, but again, nothing really clear-cut, to be fair. It's all been a bit mediocre and long-shotty, which is that a term? Long-shotty? I don't know. Omilabu heads it in. There you go. He's deadly with his head. It's his 7th goal of the season. Great play by Ramsey and Zander. Doria Henry, good ball back into Ramsey. Gets onto his right foot, whips it in. Omilabu, it's a brilliant header, to be fair. Felix has got no chance. Bang, there you go. Game home and hosed, you'd like to think. I hate to say it, but there's no way this form can last all the way till the end of the season. But we are 3 points off the playoffs. Just don't look at it. Don't look at it and it won't come true. I'm a little bit all over the shop, really, in terms of how I feel about this. This has gone better than I ever imagined. I thought we'd be in a real relegation scrap. We'd be really up against it. But really, in truth, apart from one game against Notts County where we were absolutely battered and completely out of our depth, which I completely and utterly appreciate, other than that, we've been superb in every single game. Even the ones that we lost, we've been amazing at. That's 5 unbeaten. Billericay, we're on our way. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Billericay? I don't know. Older shots up next, and at the moment, if we beat them, we'll go level on points with them, and we're nearing the playoffs. And I just don't want to think about it. It's just too much to think about right now. Well, Jack Morn now wants to terminate his loan. In all fairness, I'm not. He looks really good, Jack Morn, as a player, but am I really that bothered about keeping him? I am, in the sense that if something happened to Ramsey, I'm not going to terminate it. I can always terminate it whenever I feel like it. So if he starts causing problems, I'll get rid of him. But at the moment, Ramsey's playing so well out on that left. It's good. And the other thing is, I want to show that I'm not here to be messed with. I am not a manager you want to get on the wrong side of. I like having that kind of persona. I like being a bit cutthroat with people and just being like, you know what? It's my team. I'm not going to change it. Look, Ramsey was in the team of the week as well, so Jack Morn's just got to suck it up. I'll level with you. The one thing I'm a bit worried about is the summer. And by that, I mean, normally that's the time where you can build in, get the squad to be your own, make your own signings, this, that, and the other. What I am concerned about is the lack of finance and the fact I've got a really big job on my hands to sort the finances around in this team. I'll show you what I mean in a second. I'll show you how bad things are financially. And here it is. I mean, we're over £500,000 in debt. We've made a bit of a profit on last season. but I got to cut down the wage budget. I'm hoping some of the loan players will help that, because I'm guessing a lot of them were brought in and we were having to pay wages for these players, and obviously they're quite expensive. If I can get rid of them, that might help, but then it's not going to leave me a lot of room to kind of bring in anyone else. I've got a lot of work to do with this team. There's a lot of work to do behind the scenes that needs fixing. Looking at it the way I am, is that I've literally only cost the club £220, and that's a week, and that's for Alan Parton. Other than that, I've not done anything. I've replaced a few of the back staff, but then they're happy to get mutually terminated. So probably I've cost the club maybe, I don't know, 13k maybe in terms of changing staff around, and obviously the signing of Alan Parton. Other than that, it's absolutely nothing. Oh, I've won Manager of the Month. Thank you very much. That's good. And Andrew Baker's pleased that I've won the award. Get in. I feel I could deserve it, if I'm honest. Alan Parton is still not ready to come back, which is fine, because we've been doing okay without him, to be fair, at the moment. But we've got Aldershot here, and they're a very good team. And as you can tell, they've got a very good record against us as well. We played them 6 times. They've won 3. Drawn twice, and we've won once. But they've never played me before. And this is a different look Billericay team. Well, it's not. It's the same team, but it's a different mindset. I'm not going to change anything, actually. We played very well against Ebbsfleet. We dominated that game and won it. Why would I want to change it, really, in comparison to this? Their best player looks like Emmanuel Amissa. And, yeah, I mean, I haven't got the full scat report, but you can tell already. Dribbling's high, finishing's high, and pace is high. So, problems. I've also tried to shore up the back a little bit as well. It's the best thing about winning this ball high up is that it takes a lot of the pressure off of the defenders, which is good because our defenders are rubbish. So I'm quietly quite happy that that's the way that we need to play. We just have to defend all over. The one thing we have got is a lot of players with a lot of work rate, which I am very thankful for because it suits this down to the ground. McDowell whips in another free kick. Oh no, it's good. It's in. Oh no, it's not. Oh, it's been cleared. I thought Zander had scored there, but we hit the bar via Dymek. Unlucky. 27 minutes gone, and still no goals, but they've cleared the ball there. And is their bloke going to get there first? No, Ramsey gets it first. That's why Morn isn't playing. Brilliant ball by Ramsey into Zander. Zander whips it in. Oh, Carlton, he's headed it just wide. I thought that might have been going in. It was a good chance. We're playing some really good stuff, though, to be fair. I'm liking the Ramsey and Zander partnership down the left-hand side. That works really, really well. Not long till half-time, and we're on the attack again. Grant into Brown. We're the ones that are kind of doing a lot of the pressing here at the start, but yet to get the breakthrough. Grant whips onto the back post. Zander, it's a decent effort, but a good save there by Walker. I've got a funny feeling that the highlight's not over, and it doesn't look like it is. Someone's got to get there first. McDowell, fortunately, does get there. Don't muck about with it too much. McDowell, good ball. Great take by Millen Brown. Oh, I saw the run there from Carlton. He made a brilliant run, but they didn't back themselves to make the pass. Hale now whips it in. Carlton. No, Zander should have finished that. Got to win that header. Ramsey into Doria Henry. Doria the Explorer into Millen Brown. Hale. Hale is fallen to Carlton. He tees it back. Millen Brown. Oh my God, what an effort that was. Unlucky. We're beginning to turn the screw a little bit on Aldershot now. Can they hold on until half-time? We really, really should be ahead with the amount of chances that we've created. I'm going to get passionate and to say, actually, I'm going to get upset and say, I am pleased with the way that things are going at the moment. Keep it up. I'm expecting a little more from the midfield. A little more. I'm going to passionately say, I expect a lot more from you guys, and I have faith. Always with the faith. Now you can tell now the boys respect me. They believe that what I'm saying is true. And in some ways, I believe what I'm saying is true because they've actually shown me that they're actually quite decent footballers. The game is crying out for Omalabu at the moment. I have to say, Hale, he had a really good start into my tutelage, but now he's kind of gone off the boil a little bit, and Omalabu always plays quite well when I bring him on. And I think it is time. It's time to bring him on. Hale's coming off, and on comes David Omalabu, the man who usually gets a goal, usually with his head at the back post. Payne on the ball, a name I can actually say. Into Finney, another name I can actually say. This is nice. I like this game. That's a decent effort by Shields, but over the bar. Not been brilliant in terms of the second half. Not a lot really happening, especially from a kind of attacking point of view. We've been really poor. Zander's not really got himself on the ball. Carlton's not having much of an influence at all in any of the proceedings. And I was expecting a little bit more after half-time. I'm a little bit disappointed. So I'm going to take Carlton off, and on comes Femi Akinwande for his first appearance on camera for you all. He's got a couple of goals for me when I bring him on as a sub, so he's played quite well for me. Let's hope he can carry on that form. Come on, boys. There's been no highlights in the second half, really, of any note, apart from Shields blasting over the bar. Ramsey on the ball, into Zander. Zander to Akinwande. Oh, mate, Femi. Oh, no. Balde on the ball here. Come on, just take him out, McDowell. Great tackle, lad. Well done. That Akinwande chance must have been the highlight. it was good play, but we just can't get the finishing touch on. We need to get a striker that can actually score double figures next season. Of that, I'm 100% sure. We get a lot of goals from midfield and a lot from our wingers, but not enough from the actual centre forwards themselves. So that needs to be addressed. It's nice for me to have over a half a season to sort of sit down and look at what we actually need in the team, as I can one day heads over and proves my point exactly. Not the most exciting game. It's going to be hard to edit a highlights package together for it, but ultimately, it is another point in the bag. I'm pretty content. I'm going to say I'm happy with what I saw. There's some positives for sure. Some players really let me down, but ultimately, they're a better team than we are, and we have to remember that. So, I'm not too displeased. That's the first time we've drawn a blank in ages as well. So, better the defensively, though. That's 2 clean sheets on the bounce. Absolutely brilliant. I'm delighted at the moment. So that leaves us in a very healthy 13th position in the league, which is the mid-table finish that the board kind of expect of me now. Whether we can actually achieve that, I have no idea. There's still time for a massive downturn in form. But more importantly is that we are still 12 points clear of the drop zone. That is all I care about right now. As long as we can keep out of the way of that, that's all that matters. And we've still got a lot of these teams beneath us to play. I think what we'll do then is actually we'll come back for the games against Harrogate and Wrexham, because those are 2 very contrasting things. Harrogate are really struggling in the league. They're below us in the table at the moment, but Wrexham are up in 2nd at the moment. So I think it'd be quite a nice contrast to see us maybe against one of the better teams in the league and see how we get on. So let's go for that. Harrogate away, Wrexham at home will be the next in the blockbuster fixtures of the VNL. I joke, this is genuinely a much better level than what we've been at before, so I'm delighted with the way that it's turned out. Let me know in the comment section how you think we're getting on. Do you think that we are going to survive? Is there any players in there that have already impressed you? I'm trying to get as many highlight packages together as I can so we can all get a feel for the team, but it might not be until next year that we really get some kind of names familiar with everyone. I appreciate it's only the 2nd episode we've been with Billericay, but I've already got some personal favourites of mine. So let me know if you have any of your own in the comment section, and thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video and you're enjoying the series, then drop a like on it right now, because why not? And also while you're there, share and subscribe. And until I see you in the next episode of TYC with Billericay, stay cool. I've got to come up with a better way of saying that.